So you want to be a Digi-tuber episode 1. Why? This is a new sub-series on the channel going over content creation from my stance, important questions to ask yourself when doing it, and my answers for them. I racked my brain thinking about how valuable this series would be, and in general, does it come off pretentious? However, having had other content creators reach out to me, there have been general questions asked here and there that I think would be valuable if you're just starting, having started or still continuing making content. And for the first episode, let's ask the simple question, why? Why do you want to do content creation? While this question is going to be geared towards specifically Digimon, you can apply this question to general content creation as well. Asking around to some of my other fellow content creators, some simply wanted to help get people into and enjoy card games as much as they do. Card games in general are inherently difficult to get into sometimes, and by providing content that walks through some basics, it further provides them a better understanding before investing. Other content creators discussed how they want to leave an impression on the community. And as cheesy as this sounds, by doing content creation, you are given an opportunity to provide your voice and opinion. Not everyone has to accept that opinion, but it does allow another perspective as well. Every content creator is different in how they present their information, and even deck profiles, not everyone plays the same cookie-cutter decks. Those one-tech option cards can be huge sometimes. But for me personally, I treated content creation initially with the idea of doing something unique and different from other Digimon content creators while also building a following. My original intent was to create one upload a week and upload videos about the different cards based on the specific episodes of the Digimon franchise. And while it was very fun to look at every card from the beginning to the present of the specific episode, some episodes just didn't have content, and at the same time there was little or no interest. And looking back at my earliest days on the channel, I garnered 160 some subscribers in the first 9 months of content creation. Part of me also wanted to try and do content creation full-time because I felt I had a lot of, quote, good ideas, quote. After 10 months of content creation, I pivoted to what a lot of other Digimon content creators do, and that is deck profiles, which honestly became one of the biggest hits on my channel today. And I have to give props to Huang Zero for the overall presentation, because I'm not going to lie, I really liked the big picture aspect over recording via phone or camera down on a playmat laying each card out. The reason why I bring up these older times as content creation is because as a content creator you may or may not have direction. But when you find what works for you, that is what ultimately makes the rest of your channel come together. After pivoting to deck profiles, Tactical Tuesdays, and What If Wednesdays, it didn't take long before I hit the 1,000 subscriber count. But if you ask me, why did I pursue content creation? Here are my reasons.
Money!
Jokes aside. Number 1. It's a challenge to myself. We do this every day, whether we challenge ourselves to not eat that piece of cake or go for a run every day. I used to work out every day at 5:30 a.m. during college. But now the challenge for me is to maintain a routine. For other content creators, they may disagree and conclude that I'm forcing content. But there's nothing wrong with trying to come up with something different. And for me, even though my What If episodes are my least viewed content on the channel, it's fun for me to come up with these scenarios. Number 2. Thinking outside the box. Many times you'll see content creators put out similar videos, that eventually you find 5 to 6 deck profiles of the same deck in the same week, or weeks leading up to the drop of a new set. I've been guilty of this, posting videos of other content creators the same day of the same profile. While not intended, sometimes it just happens. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But after BT5 and BT6, I wanted to try and limit the number of decks I actually post on the channel. After all, I still haven't posted a blue hybrid, yellow hybrid, or purple hybrid build. Thinking outside and coming up with new strategies with older cards have been really fun, especially with the tribal builds. Number 3. Developing new skills. Using content creation to help develop new skills or motivate you to develop new skills can help with potentially in a future career. Before content creation, I studied voice acting with several prolific voice actors across the country. And with content creation, I've utilized not only the voice acting, but learned more on how to do the audio editing, video editing, and graphic design. Ultimately, my channel is more on the informative and educating side of things rather than the entertainment, which is translated into actually creating guided tutorials for my engineering work. Also keep in mind, what I do has better helped me formulate my thoughts and communication. You'd be surprised how reading out loud and reading a script helps with communication and speech. And surprisingly enough, my time as a content creator has been a great way for me to provide examples to questions you might hear in interviews. Explain a time that you failed and overcame it. Why are you good for this job? All the general interview questions you typically get can have answers tailored to your content creation journey. It's all about perspective. As a result, I was able to get higher salaries than I'd ever had before. And number 4. Last but not least, I do content creation because it is a record of what I've done. Content creation itself is an outlet for me that is similar to journaling, recording my thoughts and how I've improved as both a content creator, player, and person overall. I can tell you right now, my first YouTube channel was very sporadic uploading and not as responsive as I am today. While not limited to these reasons, money can also be a good reason people pursue content creation. But keep in mind, there's a lot of work to consider if this is your ultimate goal. While money can be a motivator, it's not immediate and can be a demotivator in my mind. Content creation may also be a way for you to engage your community. For my locals, there's a sense of pride when your locals ping you with a message on Discord, and how they're going to try your anti-meta green control build against the hybrid meta, and it worked well. The majority of when I play and playtest is with my wife, but I honestly enjoy the game on a more casual level than the hyper-competitiveness. Content creation can be added value in your life in many ways, but if it's adding stress and pressure, reevaluate what you're doing. This applies also to real-world work, as content creation itself can become your full-time job. So before you take the deep dive into content creation, ask yourself, why? Why do you want to do content creation? There's no right or wrong answer to this, but it ultimately will be the first steps you should take. What are other specific topics you'd like covered next? I have a few written out already, but can pull from the archive of scripts for the next episode. Let me know in the comments below, and I hope this video helped you moving forward. This is Digi-Panda, logging out.